What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Prediction Center here at Three-Sided Box. We are jumping into the second round of the NHL playoffs. Pretty solid playoffs so far for the both of us. Both of our teams have moved on. Yep. Unfortunately, the Montreal Canadiens have not, for Johnny's sake, but fortunately for us, they didn't. So it's bittersweet for us here at the Three-Sided Box crew. Johnny's not with us this week. Unfortunately, he has some charity event he has to take care of for his work. But I got his picks nonetheless. So let's jump straight into round two, the East and West semifinals. We got matchup number one, your team. So I'll let you kick it off.
We got my Nashville Predators going up against the Blues. This is exactly what I predicted would happen. In my, if you go on the podcast, what I said would happen.
You didn't say they were going to sweep them.
No, but I meant like these two teams would be facing each other in the second round.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me it's not really that big of a surprise. To some other people, it's a pretty big surprise. I can't pick because that's our rule here. Yeah. But go ahead.
Well, the Blues have home ice advantage. You guys surprised a lot of people with a sweep of the Blackhawks, and just a big... quick little thing that I forgot to mention before, which ties into this somewhat. We have a podcast which will be up the day after this video comes out. So this is going to be out Tuesday. The podcast will be out Wednesday regarding the these matchups, which will go much more in depth and talk a lot more about these matchups. Here we're just going to give predictions, and you'll hear our real opinions. Then here we're just going to say who's going to win, blah, blah, blah. And just another, by the way, in the description down below, if you want to skip to whatever team you want to hear about, whatever matchup you want to hear about, I put always the time in the description to skip ahead to certain matchups for everything. Soccer, hockey, football. I put every single one while I'm editing. I write it down to everything's there in the description. Back to my prediction. I'll pick the Preds in 6 to win this matchup. No. 5. Preds in 5. They really surprised me a lot with what they did with the Blackhawks, a team I legitimately thought would win the Cup this year, as I do most years. I do think that the Hawks played worse than the Preds did good. I think they shot themselves in the foot more than anything, but you guys did shut down Taves and Kane. I'll give you credit where credit's due. Rene played amazing. That's my Preds in 5. And Johnny is going to continue to disrespect you and pick the Blues in 6. That's his prediction. I don't know why.
Like last Thursday, he picked the Blackhawks to win in a sweep.
Yeah, exactly.
And the reverse happened. So exactly. I think the reverse will happen again.
Well, we'll see.
I hope so.
Let's see what happens. The Blues,
hot team.
Are a hot team. They played against a really bad Minnesota team.
Well, look,
bad playing. They're not a bad team.
Minnesota bombarded them with shots. If it wasn't for Jake Allen standing on his head, you know. That series could have been different. But regardless, it should be a good one. Honestly, I think it could be a toss-up. Yeah. Obviously, I'm sticking, I believe in my team. Yeah.
Well, for more in-depth analysis on this, head up to the podcast tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, next matchup.
Alright, so next up, we got from the Pacific bracket, we got the Anaheim Ducks, who to me predictably moved on. And we got the the Edmonton Oilers beating the San Jose Sharks. Sorry about that. In a matchup that could have went either way, and I think we're all pretty happy that Edmonton managed to get over that hump.
Yeah.
So with that being said, who do you got?
I'm gonna pick the Ducks in 7. The Oilers proved me wrong big time. They played really, really well. Minus that 7-0 game against San Jose, but I think that was a statement game by San Jose, and then they got cocky and then they just took their foot off the pedal. The Oilers really... Do I think they're going to win the Cup? Absolutely not. Do I think they're close? Not really. But they proved me wrong. And because of that, I think they're going to push the Ducks to the limit. Even though the Ducks just swept the Flames, which I somewhat predicted. I picked the Ducks in 5, I believe.
Yeah, I think I did too.
Ducks are a low-key strong team. That's my prediction. Ducks in 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the exact same prediction. I got Ducks in 7. The reason being, I thought San Jose was a little bit banged up. Joe Thornton playing with ACL, MCL tear.
Salute to you, my bearded friend.
I mean, Couture was a little bit banged up. I mean, everybody on the team was a little bit banged. It's not to say Edmonton didn't deserve to win, but I felt like if it was a they're a bit healthier, I think it would have been to 7.
Yeah.
And who knows what would have happened
They
there.
had a long summer too.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like a lot of factors went into it, but regardless, congrats to
short summer. Excuse me.
Short, exactly. Yeah. But I just think the experience of the Ducks will pay off in when it comes to like Game 7. I mean, it could be a toss-up, but I just feel like the experience and the fact that they're healthy and well rested will really be really important in the series.
I think the Ducks, whichever games they're gonna win, are gonna be like 2 to 3 goal leads, and I think whatever games the Oilers are gonna win are gonna be 1 goal leads.
Like overtime or something?
Yeah, that's my. I think the Ducks are gonna outclass them, but Edmonton's gonna keep it close.
I can see that. It really depends. To me, it's like Game 1. If Edmonton could steal 1, then it's anybody's series. But I just think with home ice, it's really hard to beat Anaheim in Anaheim.
Yeah. Especially this year.
Exactly. So I got Anaheim. I definitely think it could go either way.
Yeah. Well, Anaheim in 6 for Johnny. He's predicting. We all got the Ducks moving to the conference final. Let's hope for a good matchup. Not a quick one like the way the Ducks destroyed the other Alberta team. Let's hope the Oilers prove their worth a little bit further and their growth, so we can see them how much they've really progressed over the last literally 11 years. But anyways, on to the Eastern Conference. Next match. Next up, we got my team's matchup: the New York Rangers and the Ottawa Senators. I cannot predict; it's our rule. If you want to hear my opinion, head to our podcast, which you should either way. So, go ahead, shoot it off.
Well, to begin, I got at the beginning of the playoffs, I predicted Ottawa to go to the conference final. I'll go into why on the podcast, but anyways, I got them going to the conference final, so I'm going to continue picking them here. Ottawa, really came up with some clutch goals, and so did the Rangers. But I just think that Ottawa will take advantage of the Rangers, I guess, lack of depth on defense and poor play on defense. And I think they'll capitalize on that. I don't think Lundqvist could play at the highest level he can. I mean, he can, but I'm just saying like Ottawa will eventually get to him in those like 1-goal games that Montreal couldn't capitalize on. So I got Ottawa moving on this one, 6.
6, okay.
Johnny has got New York in 5. I don't know about that, but I don't know. He's being a little bit disrespectful to our teams. I think he's a bit salty that the Kings didn't make the playoffs and that the Preds were the team to, overcome. And the Habs got outclassed by the Rangers, really.
A lot more than what that series record went. 4-2. Rangers really deserve to win that in 5, if not 4.
About 4, but
I don't know. All right, so you got the Sens in 6. Johnny's got.
Yeah, but I could definitely see the seed going 7 though. But I'm just gonna pick the Sens in 6.
And Johnny's got the Rangers in 5. We'll see. Y'all know I'm going for my boys, but I won't say my score unless you listen to our podcast. And that's not a cheap plug. It's our rule here. It's more of a discussion on the podcast, not really me predicting. It's just me giving my insight. Anyways, next and last matchup.
Alright, so for our last matchup of the second round, we got the Washington Capitals Pittsburgh Penguins heading into Washington because they got home ice. For another great rivalry we got here, definitely one series I was looking forward to, I was hoping to see in the second round. I'm glad that we have it again. We got Ovi Crosby, number 3. What do you got?
Look, I really do want to say the Capitals because I would love to see them get over the hump.
Maybe a different team too.
But they really struggled against the Leafs. The Leafs put up a way bigger fight than I thought they would. Much credit to them. Austin Matthews is proving to be a really good hockey player and one that only has upside. But because of that, and the Capitals' lack of consistency and the
pressure.
I don't know what it is with them. I don't know what's going on in their mind.
Not impressive.
But the Pittsburgh Penguins are just dominant, and they're the defending Stanley Cup champions. I got them in, I'll say 6.
I think you touched on all the points. I really want Washington to move on. I picked them to match up in the series. I picked them to move on and go to the Cup final. But honestly, I'm going to go against that pick right now. I can't see them getting over this hump. I don't know if it's because the Leafs are just, really fought tooth and nail because they have a good coach. They got a pretty decent team or whatever it is.
They don't have a decent team. Oh. That's not true. They have 2 to 4 really good pieces. They have a decent goalie, but they have no defense. They just played really hard.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Like they played them tough, and really if you go position to position, I mean, there's really no area where Washington was worse than Toronto. So it's really like 5 overtimes, 3 of them you win, 2 you lose. I mean, like if they're in overtimes with Pittsburgh and they play like that, there's no way they're gonna move on.
Yeah.
I got Pittsburgh in 6 as well. Unfortunately, I would really like to see the Capitals elevate their game to another level, because if they do that, they could be, you know, Stanley Cup champions.
Well, Johnny's gonna agree with us. We all got Pittsburgh in 6. Like you said, I think if Washington could somehow come out of this series, even if it's a tooth and grindy 7-game overtime series where they're barely beating them, if they could just, I think the confidence that they'll have coming out of that
to get over their rival,
yeah,
who's the Stanley Cup champion, who beat you last year,
yeah,
beat
exactly,
you, a couple of years ago to win the cup,
yeah,
or, sorry, to get to the conference. So
yeah. So I think, and to finally get past the second round, which I don't know if Barry Trotz has even done that himself either. So let's see what happens. More on the podcast, more analysis on the podcast. We'll have a couple of guests on there too, hopefully. Not just us. I'm not sure if Johnny's going to be there, but we will have at least one other guest. And I got maybe something else planned out for the NFL draft. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't, guys. Leave your picks down below. We love to see what everyone else is thinking, how wrong we are. I
was pretty accurate in the first round. The only thing I got wrong was Edmonton.
Yeah, I think me too. I don't know, I picked Chicago. But anyways, alright, thanks guys for watching. Like the video, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, and like I said, put your picks down below. Enjoy the second round. We'll see you all in the conference finals, guys. Take care.